finally in Paris.
You are
with art.
Exactly, with art, your exhibition, and it looks amazing. And we're going to be walking around, and you're going to tell us a little bit more about it. And it's called Zoia Circle.
Yeah, it will be my circle and the collection of old masters.
So, and we have to say already, because we're going to probably see him later in image. Who else is here?
We have another artist here who is from my circle, and it's a ceramist, Dale Dorosh. He is a Canadian living in Valerie, and Valerie is a capital of ceramics in France. And he will tell you more about ceramics and contemporary ceramics and old ceramics, which is presented in this exhibition.
Very curious. By the way, bonjour, Chris. Hi, Marcia. How is the sound, guys? Is it okay? Are we loud and clear? Just checking before I'm picking up the camera and start to walk around. Hey, says Peter. Hello,
Peter.
Sawyer. Hi, Peter. Hi. Sound is great. Sound is good. Well, that is all we need.
Yeah, sounds is great.
Okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go. I have to turn the camera.
And there you will see Dale.
And then we see Dale. Dale will be introduced later. He's the ceramist. You called ceramist, yeah? Yes, ceramist. Bonjour, how lovely you both look. Well, that's Dale. And then we also have Katja here, who will we see later. Bonjour. Ooh. Okay. Back to
me.
Zoia.
Back to me. Okay, so let me introduce you to some artists who are not here, but they are with their work here, and we are representing here artists from Monaco and the old masters. So contemporary artist of Monaco is me, and you can see my work here. So the landscapes, which are intellectual landscapes, which are the landscapes that can be anywhere. It can be in US, it can be in Japan, it can be in France. It's just abstract, and you have a lot of white space because I leave it for your imagination. You can fill the gaps and see, maybe you have that landscapes around you where you live.
It looks like Holland too.
Here we are. It's can be Holland too. And the central painting is called Torso, and it's a human torso. This is a female torso. It's one of the most prominent series of my series, which actually this series make me known around the world. And this is a human torso from the Louvre, and I just remade it with the octopus, and then I basically painted this octopus in a large scale on a canvas, and it's depicting the human body.
Nice. So, somebody is saying, I love your landscapes. It reminds me of taking the train from Paris to Normandy.
Exactly, and that's how I got the ideas. I started it from being on a train from Monaco to Paris all the time, and it's 7 hours of train, so I just was like fed up of sitting and doing nothing, so I started sketching outside, and these are the landscapes from outside.
Then we have another landscape.
Then we have another landscapes, and here we have, I will just give a little bit glimpse of the ceramics. These three, this is 2 swans and 1 duck. They are ceramic of Valerie's. They are more than 100 years old. So these 2 doves, the swans, they were made by the Delphine Massier. This was a ceramist in the end of the 19th, beginning of 20th century. And he created this beautiful Art Nouveau kind of inspiration with the flowers, birds, and things. And this is Pierre Perret, who was his student.
Oh, wow.
So he went from the swan to duck. And this is, of course, they're all utilitary, so they were made for the pots. You put flowers in it. But this is a more than 100-year-old ceramics. That's what was in fashion there.
Nice. And nice plant in it, and then it's like, off you go in the house.
Yeah.
By the way, talking birds, how's the bird yesterday that you saved?
I actually didn't check because I went after the installation. I went directly to bed, but when I was in the daytime, he was still there and he was sitting nicely in the.
Oh, okay. No, because Zoia saved a bird yesterday. That's why I'm asking. Beautiful. Hi, says Earl.
And here we have, because the exhibition, the story of this exhibition, I wanted to present the contemporary artists from Valerie, the ceramist, my friends, and from Monaco in Paris, because especially now with the confinement, it's so difficult to exhibit anywhere. And of course, they're difficult to find the galleries and the museums who will represent us. So I said, guys, let's meet up and we just do an exhibition. But to make it more interesting, we decided to include in the exhibition the work by the world famous masters. And here it is, like we can see here, there's a my autumn landscape, intellectual landscape. And on the top is the painting by the super famous French painter Odilon Redon, who is the post-impressionist. And this is his early work when he was still a young person living in Bordeaux. This is the landscape from Pyrenees, where he spent his summer.
And which year? Post-impressionist, like
That's
1900.
1890.
Yeah.
And if you guys will Google Odilon Redon, you will find lots of paintings of his. He has there's a big collection of his in an Orsay museum, and I bet like every museum that has like French impressionist or post-impressionist, they definitely have his work. He's very famous. These two paintings
Let me just take a distance to see it.
They are quite big. You can see the size of it.
Yeah.
That's the size.
Yeah.
Though these two paintings are by my friend, the Monégasque artist. Monégasque is the person who lives in Monaco, and Gerard Pettiti. They are very freshly painted works, so they're from 2021, so he painted it a few months ago. This called The Fish, and this one called Mimosa. If you remember, we had Mimosa challenge, and Chantal got a prize actually.
Yeah, exactly. I got a certificate from the Princess of
Sborga.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So this was a challenge by Gerard. He did his challenge of mimosas. As I said, like everybody can figure out mimosa differently. You know, you don't need to have only flowers. You can use the color. And his style is very dark and edgy. And there was a French artist very popular these days, Bernard Buffet. Also, if you Google it, you find a lot of paintings, very dark artist. So Gerard Pettiti is our Bernard Buffet of Monaco. So that's his paintings.
Nina is asking if I won the Mimosa challenge. No, I was the most supportive one.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was it, Nina. I won for being the most supportive. I didn't win.
I think I don't remember really who won, but I think it was
an older lady.
Yeah,
I think. Well, I'm older too, but
no, there was even more.
Yeah, exactly.
So just to finish in this corner, because we have here another landscape of mine. This landscape I painted in Japan while I was in Japan, but it can be anywhere. It can be in US, it can be in Australia, it can be in France. And on the left, there is an abstract painting by Monaco artist Clem Chambers. And this painting is actually the mathematical art. It was created using the formula of Professor Benoit Mandelbrot, who created a series of theory of fractals, mathematical explanation of fractals. And so Clem has calculated the fractals, and he just created them on the canvas with the colors. So all his abstract art is actually mathematics. It's how mathematics looks in art. And the tiny engraving here is an engraving by the artist Frederick Marriott, who was academician of English Royal Academy. And he was a couple times in Monaco, and he did these beautiful engravings. And I just thought I would put him. He is not from Monaco, but he's depicted in Monaco, and he's a master. So that's why he's on this show.
I think people are wondering what you have on your shoulder.
This is my very rare Las Vegas lizard. And the story was that when I was once in Las Vegas, I went to the casino that called Circus. And in Circus Casino, there are lots of games for the children. And you have that game where you sit and there are three other children and you throw the ball and there are like camels that jump in, and who is first come to the end, you will get some toy. And I was sitting and there was next to me like 9-year-old or like, I don't know, 8-year-old boy. And we was fighting and I was fighting for this lizard. And I was fighting harder. I had to play like for about 40 minutes to get this lizard. And I said, I want golden lizard. I don't want black, green. I want the gold lizard. And at that moment, I had my pink jacket of Ralph Lauren. And it was exactly what I needed for this jacket. And since then, it's just my lizard.
Oh wow, you even sewed it
Yes,
on.
absolutely. And you know what happened afterwards? A year later, because I was started wearing it to all art fairs, a year later, Louis Vuitton did all these jackets with a push.
Oh really?
Yeah, if you see it like 2019, Louis Vuitton did it. I did it in 2016.
There you go, Louis Vuitton. You steal everything. Who is
Exactly.
Louis anyway?
Who is
Who
Louis?
the F is Louis?
Exactly.
Who the F is Louis? I think I'm gonna make t-shirts. Louis Vuitton.
So how can we go around the corner? Or...
Oh yeah, we can do, because Dale's gonna explain the.
Yeah, Dale will tell you all about ceramics.
Okay,
and,
so Dale's gonna explain.
And I will
everything.
do the, yeah, I just did a little bit of the thing. So here we have again mathematical art, fractal. Gerard with his dark age art, philosophical.
He's nice. I mean, I like it. I like this weird. Look, an elephant. Who else likes it? Guys, tell me.
Ganesha.
And also let me know if the connection is okay, because I know that like the more I go to the back of the building, the less connection I have. Is it not pixelated? It seems to be fine because I have great. It says great. Everybody is very quiet in this.
So Gerard is using a natural pigment with the ashes from his garden. So when he's doing the fire.
Ashes from the garden.
Yeah, well, he's burning some wood, and he used the ash of the wood, and at the top he's using the wax. So it's all waxed paint, and you can see there is a.
And he's smoking a big joint.
Because it's him. He painting himself. It's his life. He's painting the everyday, and he painting what he feels today, and he is associated himself with some. This is Ganesha, so it's not only elephant; it's this Indian god.
Oh, this is Ganesha. I have Ganesha on my balcony. He's hanging on the roof.
And he has smoking Ganesha.
Yeah, exactly. But it's his life.
It's his life, yeah.
And then he's like making out with his twin sister.
Kiss. And there is a.
Sorry. No, but I love it. I seriously love it. No, but it's my interpretation.
Absolutely,
you know? Like,
absolutely.
It's like, you have to explain it somehow.
Absolutely. And in between two of Gerard's, there is a small watercolor of the French artist Marie Lorenzin, who was the girlfriend of Guillaume Apollinaire. He was a painter. He was a writer. He was a poet at the early 20th century. And so she was from the circle of Picasso, Braque, and all these guys who lived there at that time in Paris.
It's a very Marianne. With a red and a blue and a...
It's her signature colors.
Nice. Like it now when Zoya tells about it. You see when it's explained? Look, now I see everywhere the joints.
Because he smokes, he changed smoker. So he's reflecting his kind of attitude, whatever he is. And if you see the face, it's a little bit like a Francis Bacon, right? So it's like a little bit of this kind of eye and all this here, right?
Exactly. Look.
Exactly.
The perfect
Sometimes he's feeling like a female who's smoking on the toilet or whatever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Her knickers. Yeah. Now I see it. This is super interesting. Yeah. I am fascinated. But we had to say, like, because I'm going to turn around soon.
Oh yeah. Well.
We are in our. A more erotic corner.
Yes, we need to go there to see.
Yeah, we have to go to. We're going to show the erotic corner.
Yes, we have a wonderful, beautiful.
First of all, lips. Is it yours?
Of course it's mine. This is Lulu Guinness.
Oh.
Python, real one.
Oh, wow.
And like I think if Lulu Guinness would see what I'm doing at it, because it's my brush and pencil. This is my working bag, because I always have paints in it. And I think if she would see what I'm doing with Python, she would have a heart attack.
Oh, well. Is
But
she still alive?
I have no idea. Didn't check.
Okay.
Let's be prepared.
Okay. The erotic corner. There we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, well done, Dale. Well done. I don't have it in the image, but Dale, congratulations, Zoya. Very cool. This is Ricky.
Oh, thank you, Ricky. Yeah. So you have here 3 of my torsos. They are painted in different years. Torsos is my idea of depicting human body with the octopus. So I'm collecting the images of torsos in a museum, in the different art fairs, and then I'm recreating them with the octopus, and then I'm painting. Basically, this is a still life, but it's a torso of human. So I am just making the old subject in a new way.
Okay, and who doesn't know about the torsos? The torsos are recreated from octopuses.
Octopus.
Octopus.
And there is a long story about it. And you guys, if you Google my name and torso, you will find lots of articles written about how I get there and why I'm painting them.
So Peggy is saying, I see this and think Leonardo, but it is Master Zoya. How exciting.
Thank you.
Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. We make her blush.
Louvre is waiting for me.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. And who is that, like, casual painting then?
So that casual painting is by the artist whose name is Andre Duran. And Andre Duran was a fauvist, and he was he was a cubist and fauvist, and he was working with Matisse and with Odilon Rodin as well. So he is like the top artist of the 20th century, beginning of 20th century. And that's his naked. He had he painted lots of models, naked models, not painted. He sketched it with sanguine. So this is not a pencil. This is kind of a chalk, red chalk called sanguine, and he has a lot of these drawings of the female.
Oh, wow.
And down under my torsos, you can see there are drawings.
By the way, I've put those together. Can I have a little credit there?
Absolutely, that is brilliant. And we will use them.
I put them together. And Bobby says, hi, beautiful.
Hi, Bobby. And down under my torsos, we have some other naked ladies painted by the Monegasque artist who actually was born in Spain, but him and his brother went to Monaco hiding from fascist regime in 1940s. From Spain to Monaco, and then he stayed all his life there. He got the Monaco nationality, so he became Monegasque. And his name is.
But this is the same.
This is the same guy.
Oh, this is sorry. I'm just showing one.
Yeah, this is the same guy. His name is Ignacy Vidal. He came to Monaco with his brother Molne Vidal, and they lived there and created lots of art pieces. And if you're in Monaco, there's still some of their mosaics on the buildings, and inside the buildings, remember there was some in library and on the train station. Might be not anymore there because Monaco changed it quite often, but this is one of the 20th century masters of Monaco.
Nice. Ricky says, I've read articles about about those. Great story. Paris 360 Live, which is Bobby, and Zoya looks so pretty. Wish I could have been there in person to see the gallery.
Oh. We will miss you, and we would love to have you here.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a lot of exhibitions in Paris. So anytime if you're in Paris, please keep up with Chantal, and we'll tell you when I'm doing the exhibitions.
And also Marcia. Yeah, I know you were talking about the torsos, Ricky. Wish I was there for the opening. Well, you are here for the opening.
Exactly.
Look, preview. This looks really erotic. I think I read the same in Monaco email. I now get weekly thanks to Zoya. Began with mimosas a few months back. Oh, so people are like subscribed to some
Ah, okay.
Monaco
Tribune,
newspaper. Yeah,
Tribune
because of
probably.
your mimosa stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Princess Nina story. Okay, so let's come in here in the pretty corner of the urban thing. So we have here the 20th beginning of the 20th century Valerie ceramic, which is absolutely pretty, and it's made by Jérôme Massier, who is the grandson, or no, he's son of the Delphine Massier that we saw, and so he did all
Oops,
this.
poor. Wait, I have to.
Okay, you
I
have
have
to
to.
do.
No, it's not you. It's me.
Yeah, I understand that this is like,
I can zoom in. I just
okay.
can't go too close to the
I
back.
can bring you.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
bring it. So these are like this beautiful, probably in those years it was kitsch and very, people will buy it because it's very pretty. Nowadays it's a fine art masterpiece.
Yeah, nice. Yeah.
And on the wall we have my
I can zoom in.
another intellectual landscape, which is quite rare because I usually don't paint the urban landscapes, but this is one of these urban landscapes which I created after I was in Clermont-Ferrand, French city. And next to it is the portrait of the old man in the glasses by Pierre Bonnard. I'm already forgetting the names. Pierre Bonnard. Pierre Bonnard was also Fauvist and he was post-impressionist. He was doing lots of art together with Picasso, with Matisse. He is one of the biggest name in a French art history in the early 20th century. Half of his life he lived in La Canette, which is south of France. That's why he's here as well. He probably was not living in Valoris, but only like, I think it's like 5 kilometers to Valoris. Yeah, it's not far at all. Yeah, so he's our circle. He lived next by.
He's our circle. We just blew him back to life. He's in the circle.
Yeah, it's like Marie Lorenzin. Why Marie Lorenzin is here? Is because she was supporting Monégasque artist, which is a little bit around the corner, and she was coming to his exhibitions here in Paris, and she was coming in the south of France to his exhibitions there. So,
and also next time I'm at Père Lachaise, I will go visit her grave.
Oh, is she there?
Yeah, she's there. She's
okay.
buried. Oh. I will tell my friend Secret Lecouvre, please send me an invitation I can pass on to her if that's possible.
Of
if
course.
She's in Paris, I would love. Okay, Marcia, just email me like on bonjour at ChantalTV and then we can send you an invitation. So Secret Lecouvre. Send me an email and we email it back.
So let's walk a little bit here and just I'll finish that corner and then we'll go to the ceramic pieces. So here we have a mathematical fractal art by Clem Chambers.
Yeah, sorry. Oh. I have to take a distance.
Clem is using very light, vibrant colors, basically primary colors, so it's blue and yellow. And because fractal mathematics is basically the small particulars that are multiplying, and then when they mix in, they actually give new idea, new art, new movement. And you can see how the fractals are mixing slowly and getting afterwards to the green color, just because it's like life. Fractals is a life. Everything is mixing and then something new coming up. In between two fractals, we have a drawing, original drawing by Andy Warhol. So Americans, Andy Warhol, he is also our circle. And
he's also our circle, but he's not at Père Lachaise though.
No. So it's his drawing for his book, The Philosophy of Andy Warhol, and he was signing and drawing it for his publisher.
Oh, just wanted to Chantal. Oh no, that's not. It's not for me then. No, he didn't sign it to me.
So here is another fractal, and you can see that artists put a little bit of relief, which I love. I love this abstract with relief is always very cool to see.
Ricky's is like lol.
And here is another of my intellectual landscapes, which I just loved. One tree, when I passed by one tree, and I just loved it. And this painting was forever unfinished in my Parisian studio. And last year, when I was at the art fair in Paris, I just came back home. I think I must finish it because I like the idea. I just never had to finish it. And so I finished it last year.
Can you explain a little bit about how you paint? Because it's very interesting.
My story is about the landscapes. So basically, the story was that I started creating the intellectual landscapes because I was traveling a lot before confinement, and I was usually taking all my planes in Paris. So from Monaco till Paris, I will take the fast TGV train, and for 7 hours, I'll be sitting watching the window. And I noticed how changing landscapes every second. And I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful to sit for 7 hours and sketch and use my time? And so I start sketching inside the train, and every second would be another landscape. And I did this minimalistic, super fast drawings. And then I thought it would be great to put the color. And I just before that, it was very funny. Before that, I was researching the green color, and I picked up lots of pigments all around the world. And so I had actually all the green colors in the world, that from America, from Japan, from China, from Germany. And so I started painting. I thought I will try to paint them in the green colors, because all the landscape usually green. Even if they're winter, they are dark green, they're olive green, they are gray green, but they are green. And so I started painting big scale and small scale landscapes, leaving a lot of blank space. Why leaving blank space? Because I believe that audience would love to reconstruct their landscapes. And guys, it's great if you use your fantasy, because you see the landscapes and you say, my God, I saw that landscape around my old house, or at my grandma, or something. Or I traveled in France, or I traveled in Japan. And I just leave you this blank space to fill it up. So like this, for example, as I leave here blank space, because I wanted really, there was a beautiful tree somewhere, and I just remember it, and I just try to do the background. But blank space, always you can paint in your head, red, orange, whatever you want to paint it. So that's the story of my landscapes. That landscapes are universal. They're everywhere in the world the same. It's just how we see it. And normally we don't see it because we are busy with our problems, everyday problems. So we don't really watch what is around us. So I'm just giving you opportunity to watch the landscapes.
Another thing which we haven't discussed yet, besides another artist, the location.
We are in the most amazing location, guys. I can't believe myself that I found this place. And follow the guys. Dale, please come with me and look at that.
Do you have the keys, just in
Yes,
case?
it's connected to
The
my.
keys?
It's connected to me.
I parked by accident the flag in front, but we
Look
haven't
at
seen.
that.
Woohoo!
How
Look
great
at
is that?
Zoia! My God, it's
So
amazing.
let me explain, you guys.
Wait, let me just give you an amazing angle.
This is the Centre Pompidou,
Yeah,
which
wait, let me.
is
Yeah.
the Museum of Contemporary Art in France.
Wait, I'm just. Sorry, I'm just. There you are. Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah, you can talk.
Yeah. So we are just at the entrance of the museum. So our gallery, so if you guys, anybody in Paris or somebody around Paris, and there is a scooter.
Salut.
Comment ça va?
Très bien, et toi?
Ça fait longtemps.
Oui,
Ça va?
très longtemps. Oui, mais je suis là
Chantal
live.
found somebody local. Local. Oh, you Marais people. Anyway, so here is the place where they keep all the best artists in the world. So like Picasso, Kandinsky, I mean, name it. They're all here. They're in that building. And now, you know what, guys? This building is closed for their reparation. So we are the best contemporary artists available in Paris right now.
Woo! There we are. Woo! So there is the gallery.
Yep.
Oh, and don't forget my bike. That fits so well with.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Look at
It's
my
totally
bike.
in the color of
Exactly. It's a little bike.
It's a little bike.
It's a little bike.
Yeah. So we have a cool location
Yes.
in the middle of Marais, next to the best art place.
Wait,
in
I'm
Paris.
just trying to zoom in and out. Oops. Voila.
Beautiful.
Woo! That was something fun, eh? Gorgeous. Right next to Centre Pompidou. Oh, guys, and it's so busy. Everybody's out on the terraces. Everybody's shopping. Anyway, let's go back in.
Let's go back.
Who needs Emily when we have Chantal and Zoia?
Exactly.
So cool. Bobby is super happy to see it as well.
Oh, Bobby, we're missing you.
Wait, let me just my whole look, my gimbal is totally like confused.
Dizzy.
You see, it's like the gimbal is going all over the place.
Mind of its own.
Oh, wait,
Right.
Emily, who says Stacy? Let me just zoom back to find you back. Yeah,
I'm here.
there you are. So,
So-
Zoia.
Shall I give the microphone to the ceramist of France?
We can keep both on, so I can share. We can do
No, you have to talk about the ceramics.
Okay.
So, you're now in the hands of Dale. Dale will tell you everything about all the new materials of ceramics.
Okay.
So let's start with.
Well, let's first introduce you.
Okay. So my name is Dale Dorosh, and I'm Canadian originally. And
Does it work?
I think
Wait, let me just. You just.
it's easier.
Yeah, just. Voila.
Got it? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Canada, and I've been in Valerie now in the south of France for the last 25 years, about, or 30 years maybe. Time flies when you're having fun.
Exactly.
And so 20 years ago, I started a program, a residency program for artists to come and visit us and work in residency, create projects.
And where is this?
Valerie is in Valerie, so Valerie is in the south of France. And it's most well known internationally as the place where Picasso came and worked and did his ceramics. And what's interesting is that there's more to that. Basically, it's what happened before that, because Picasso came and he stayed because it was already interesting place to be in, very a hotbed for culture and for arts and for ceramic arts. So the residency program is really an attractive place for artists to come and work with clay, but also other arts. We attract other artists as well, coming working on different projects as well.
So is it only for artists, or is it also for people that have a real good hobby in it?
It's for all levels, but because we have an exhibition at the end, so many of the artists are people that are confirmed artists that are working on it. And we started, because of that, we started another program, which is Atelier Tremplin, which is for recent graduates. So then they could come and they work for a longer period, for 3 months as well. And this allows them to do workshops and also to spend more time working on the project.
And is this program sponsored or backed by something, or?
We're a non-profit association, so we help the artists to find funding as well. Locally, they look for funding, and we help them to find it as well.
Oh, good. I have one really silly question that I need to ask you, because ceramist and pottery. Because I'm totally mixing.
Well, ceramics is anything dealing with clay as well, and pottery as well is more related to functional pottery, really.
Okay.
So that's really, pottery is like pots, really, basically.
Yeah. So art is ceramics.
Pottery is still ceramics, so it's all ceramics. Porcelain, stoneware, earthenware, everything is ceramics. So you can be a potter, you can be a ceramist, but basically pottery is more functional, working with more functional ware.
Thank you for that, actually, because I was like using the word wrong. So
no, it's okay. It's a bit confusing as well.
Exactly. Yeah. So let's start. What is your work? Where do you want to?
Can we start with Jacques Capron? Because this is like what I was saying, like many people know about Picasso coming to Valerie. But before Picasso came to Valerie, already there was Roger Capron, who was already, he came after the war. So 1946, he came to Valerie with Pico, another famous Valerie artist. And the two of them were both studying at Decorative Art School in Paris. And they came in 1946, and soon afterwards, one of their friends and colleagues, Jean Derval, also came to Valerie. So from just after the wartime period, there was this kind of hotbed of new people coming to Valeries and working with clay. And so Roger Capron worked on designing different ceramics works. His work in Paris Design School wasn't in ceramics. And when he came to Valeries, he wanted to work with ceramics, and he did. And he started working on designing different ceramics, and he set up a factory where he had 180 people working.
Oh wow!
And
all in Valeries.
In Valeries, yes. Yeah. At that time, there were many factories creating ceramics, and so Roger Capron created a factory who was making functional ceramics, which is really quite interesting. Also, a lot of architectural ceramics, so tile work. And Jacques Capron, his partner, his wife, and colleague they worked together for 50, 60 years. Jacques Capron came and did an internship with Roger, and they fell in love, and she stayed and worked with him for, like I said, for over 50 years. And so this is recent work from Jacques Capron, and it's an origami series. And Jacques Capron was she worked with color. So she's really known as being sort of working on the harmony of color within the works. So
it's beautiful.
And Roger Capron would create sculptures and then give that to Jacques, and she would just create color, working with juxtaposition of different colors and with brilliant and matte together. And so when Jacques was doing after her husband passed away, she started working on just tiles en fait, and working with the different textures again, just with or the juxtaposition of colors, matte and brillant, and then she started. This is what she's doing now, is more three-dimensional work, but it's the same, working with juxtaposition of different colors.
Yeah, because somebody just said like it looks like folded paper, and the title is origami.
Origami.
Yeah.
So this is origami. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can play around with these anytime. So they have several sides that you can work with. They also, it's interesting to put them together because then they relate to one another. Wow. So you can, it's really for, just various things.
Yeah, I really like this kind of work because you can stag it and play around in colors, and it depends on your mood.
Yeah.
Nice, very nice. Thanks.
Okay. My pleasure. It's great.
It goes well.
Okay. And I'm showing, so T-bowls. So my background as well is in ceramics. I started doing ceramics when I was maybe 12. And I worked with a Japanese potter, Noboru Kubo, who was my mentor really for that. And I worked with him at the University of Alberta Faculty of Extension. So I'm very influenced by Japanese ceramics. So these are T-bowls, shawans that I've hand modeled. So this is another, the technique for these hand modeled T-bowls was learned from another Japanese artist who took part in our program, Hiromi Itabashi. And it's working with plaxa clay and doing it. And then we have raku fired, and we also have reduction fired stoneware in a gas kiln.
Very nice.
Okay.
So that's all made by hand.
Yes,
yeah, it's
hand
not
modeled. Yeah.
hand modeled.
And if we look compared to these are more ceremonial T-bowls, but they're hand thrown. So same thing, they're thrown, but I have different techniques here. They're fired in electric kiln or gas kiln. And this is a Shino glaze that's fired in gas kiln, but you get different effects firing it in with different methods. And this is, again, a Shino on the black clay. So this is I enjoy working with different clay bodies, different glazes, and then different also firing techniques. So it can be raku firing technique, electric firing, or gas firing techniques.
Yeah. So these are like 110, hundreds, depends.
Yeah. And this is another Valeries artist here, because the purpose of this exhibition is showing
that's
old
the wrong
masters.
Date by the
Sorry?
No, the wrong
it's the wrong date. Yes.
Yeah, because we had to.
Oh yeah.
We
moved it ahead just so that we to coincide with the opening up of Paris. So
exactly.
This is another Valeries artist who's Roger Colley, who is a Swiss artist who moved to Valeries. He was a functional potter as well, and he was also very inspirational for many artists who were in Valeries as well, and working high temperature, influenced also by Asian artists, so working with typical Asian glazes like Temeko celadons.
I love your stand.
Yeah,
that's you,
That's me. Yeah.
That's so cute. That's so cute. I love that.
That's a bonbonniere.
Yeah,
so a
the
candy
bonbonniere.
bonbonniere. Yeah. So this is a raku fired piece, lidded jar
Beautiful.
for candies. Yeah.
I like also that stone on the top. Is that a stone or you really?
No, it's clay.
It's also
and
clay.
it's actually, it has a copper glaze on top of it. So that's what we find copper in oxidation is green. But the technique of reduction, if we fire it in raku, we can get it actually copper red, which means copper oxide. The flame actually, when you reduce it, the flame is looking for oxygen and it takes it out of the metal at high temperature at 1,000 degrees.
Very nice. Yeah. We're learning a lot.
I'll show you this series of work.
Yeah.
So this series of work, Eternal Return, it's based on this bottle that I was in China.
It was before somewhere else.
I moved it, yeah. So I was in China just before the confinement. And I met another potter in Jingdezhen, China, which is the capital of porcelain. And this bottle is 1,000 years old, from Sung Dynasty.
Wow.
And so I've got this from a potter in China. And it's very interesting because if we see here, it was thrown on a potter's wheel, but 1,000 years ago. This was used for soldiers as well. It's for water, for wine. And they didn't really, it's very unstable on the bottom, but they put it basically on their hip. And the bottle, they were thrown. So this is thrown, but it would have been thrown very quickly, and probably the potter would have been throwing many in a day. And it's just pinched and cut off at the bottom. So it's interesting, 1,000 years old, but we see the mark or the imprints of the potter's fingers grabbing it to cut it off. And so
then he just takes.
He would cut it with a knife or a wire. Yeah. Normally it's a wire that we cut it off. And this would be wood fired. So there's no glaze on that. It's just a natural ash that falls on it. So I created a series of work based on this bottle because I found it very inspiring, this bottle, 1,000-year-old bottle. And it's also soldier's bottles. So I've created a bit of an army of these little bottles. And also I use different firing techniques. That's what I like exploring. So it's because of the old bottle, I use primitive firing techniques, which is pit firing. So it's a primitive firing. And this is with copper again. We see the green of copper and the smoke firing here. This is with iron. So we have the smoking of the piece with iron.
Yeah, you see like everywhere the
flame.
So the effect
of the flame. And this is fired in a gas kiln, which is similar to the effect of the wood kiln in that we reduce the piece, so you get the effect of the flame as well. And so it's also, it changes the color of the clay body as well with the flame and reducing it and taking the oxygen out of it. And this is a Shino glaze, which is very typical for people using, which is basically a stone that they would find locally, grind up, mix it with water, and then put on the piece, and it would melt onto the different piece.
Very nice. So what would you? So this you use at home, like to put wine in, or water, or
these
are a flower?
I mean, you could put a flower in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are functional because they have glaze on the inside.
Yeah.
These are less functional because it's not glaze. It's just the effect of the flame on it. So it's more.
So that's more
decorative in a sense. And these are the same kind of larger pieces, which is almost, if you look at the army, it's almost authoritative figure over the rest of it.
This is also yours.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I see.
So it's the same form.
I see your stamp.
Yeah.
See, like we find the stamp.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then what's the difference? Those are the.
So these are three that actually. It's interesting when you're doing a wood firing, for instance, you're doing this firing, and it's very interesting what happens during the fire process. So wood firing can take up to 5 days. Maybe you're doing this, or it can be even longer. But for example, what's interesting is what happens during that process. So there can be things that happen because of you introducing wood, or maybe when you introduce the wood, you knock over a piece, which happens quite often, and then pieces stick together. So this is the same kind of thing here, that these pieces actually during the firing, because one piece moved, they stuck together.
I thought you glued them.
No, they're not glued, no. So it's a natural, no, so it's actually part of a natural thing, which is really interesting because stuff happens in the kiln that you don't expect.
Exactly, because I thought, why did he glue that together? I was like really wondering.
There's somebody here at the door?
There's somebody.
Yeah. Oh.
We have a guest here, so we'll just...
Okay. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Hello, Gerard. He was like live on Instagram and walks in.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, no, but very nice this work. Yeah.
And I'll show you another series here.
Yeah.
that this is a Dao series. So again, playing with different techniques, but really it's Dao, which is sort of looking personal improvement and really sort of internal searching of, and opening to the rest of the world. And so we have different raku technique again here. And this is working with black clay, and we have different effects on the black clay and different glazes using on that as well. And this is gas fired, this piece as well. So it's again similar to the other pieces that we've seen here, but the effect of the flame that we see, the smoke actually affects enters the glaze.
Nice. Very nice. And then we have some face sticking out here,
yes,
out of the door.
That's a very nice little prop, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. No, very nice. And then we have seen. Oh.
This is, I'll show you here, Massier, which is another Valerie. So again, mixing with the master. So this is a very interesting work, technically, that a family in Valeries, a Sicilian potter. Valeries had an influx of Italian potters who came because during there was actually a plague in 1500 that came and wiped out the population. And so they had
the population where?
Valeries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they had this pottery industry already basically set up. But then during the plague, they lost everybody. So they actually had 70 families come from Genova that were skilled potters. They came and they started to continue that tradition.
Oh, wow.
And this is, well, this was much later. This was beginning 1900. That this potter worked with, we can see the different colors here. It's not painted on there. It's actually working with different colored clays and mixing them together. So it's a very complicated technique, and they're quite skilled at doing that kind of work.
Wow.
Gerbino. So there's 3 generations of Gerbino that are still working. So the granddaughter is still working in that work.
And those we didn't.
These are raku fired tea bowls, and they're traveler bowls, what we call traveler bowls, or I call them traveler bowls, and it's a smaller size than the
ones we saw. Yeah.
So they're traditional, but it allows you to take it on a trip. So if you're going to Paris or something, you can bring your own tea bowl. You can bring it on the train.
That's
you can
nice.
drink it, so it's nice. Just pack it and.
Very nice. Yeah. Very nice. And then we have in the back. I don't think it's gonna work. The connect. We can try.
Okay.
Let's try it, guys. We're gonna walk to the back because there's more work there.
Okay.
Over there,
sure.
no?
Let's try.
And otherwise, I stay here and I can zoom in.
Oh yeah. Okay. So we can take a look. If we can see Mark Piano's work here.
Oh yeah.
So Mark Piano is a contemporary artist in Valeries, and he's been working on this. Is quite a large piece for Mark, but he's quite used to working with large works.
Wow, but what is it? It's pottery.
This is ceramic. Yeah, this is stoneware.
Sorry.
It's actually black stoneware, and it's actually designed to go outside as well. So this can be a sculptural piece that can sit outside. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we still have connection. That's good.
That's good.
Oh,
if we can go into this other room, I doubt it. But oh yeah, okay. So I'm not sure if that'll work, but we can see here. So this is another, we've done here, it's a cosmic series. So we've created a little spiral here, like a cosmic spiral here. But these are moon jars as well, which is kind of, it's a typical kind of Asian form as well. But basically working with different colors again and different clay types and different firing techniques. So we have the 2 in the back, which is again this copper I was telling you about, copper reduction. So the copper actually varies between the red, which is reduced, which means we take the oxygen out during the firing, just the flame taking it away. So we get a variation. It's not 100%. We get a bit of red, which is the copper being reduced. And the blue is like copper oxidized, but it becomes blue like that.
Let me just like zoom in a little bit.
Yeah. And on both sides, we have a different glaze, a Shino glaze, and this is ash that's introduced. I put wood into the firing just at the last bit, and the ash falls on the piece and colors it as well. It melts it.
Oh, it's taking its own life. Hold on.
Really?
It's coming back.
Oh my gosh.
You always, yeah, exactly. Oh, you have to be patient with these machines. Just let them do their thing.
Yeah. So, and then I have, these are pieces I've made over the past few years. It's different forms. Some of them are inspired by wasp nests. Some is like a black heart form like this, moon jar form for the different piece, but linked together.
Pour. I'm just stepping back, you
Okay.
guys, just to make
Okay.
sure that.
I'll just bring this to. We have another Gerbino piece.
Yeah.
That I can show you.
Oh, it's still pour. Sorry.
So here's another Gerbino piece. Again, that you see the skill is just a transparent glaze on top of colored clay. Okay.
Wow. Yeah, and then we have amazing stuff that is also on the rise, but I'm sure that we're gonna lose connection. So
okay.
we should film that. We're gonna film that tomorrow or something,
Okay.
like for a separate video, like that we can do for YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
So wait, let me just film. Should we stand there, like where you're closer to your work?
Sure.
Wait, because then we can do a nice closure of your here. So, but where can we find your work? Like online, because all these people are in, in.
That's a very good question, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, well, it's here in the gallery, but.
Yeah, it's here in the gallery, and then to be honest, I don't have much stuff online right now, but that's something that we're working on with Zoia, so we'll be making that available.
Yeah. So, but you have a website or?
I have Instagram mostly. I do have a website.
Instagram
yeah, daledorosh.com,
yeah.
but Instagram is good, and then for contact you.
So can you say that again?
Huh? Yeah, so it's my name, Dale Dorosh.
Dale Dorosh. And how do I spell Dorosh?
D-O-R-O-S-H.
D-O-R? O-S-H. Dorosh.
Yeah.
Dorosh. Dale Dorosh.
Yes.
Can somebody type that? Dale Dorosh. And then you can find this beautiful work. And I'm so happy that you've introduced us to your beautiful, art.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Yeah. And we have Chris from Toronto who just typed in Dale Dorosh. Dale Dorosh. Exactly, guys. Follow him
Chris,
on
thanks
Instagram.
Very much.
And we're going to see you on more videos here on the channels. It's not going to be all live, but we're going to be working on it. Thank you, Dale, says
Thank
Raina.
you, Chantal. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, guys. And there is beautiful Katja. Bye, Katja. Thank you. Bye. We will see you also in the videos that still have to come up. Thanks, Dale, says Ricky. Bye,
Thanks,
guys.
Vicky. Bye-bye.